Engraved slate coasters, laser engraved that is. Very, very popular item, and it's a good item to sell if you're looking for something to get into to make some money with your laser. So this is beginning laser project number 8 on how to do slate coasters. I'm going to take you through this step by step, how to go from this to this and avoid doing this. So yeah, there's a mistake there, and I'm going to explain in a minute how that happened. So you can buy these slate coasters, blanks like this, on Amazon. They got little rubber feet on the bottom, and I'm going to take you through all the steps making these, coming up. Hi, I'm Roger. Welcome to the loft above the shop. I'm working up here today because I've got other lasers running down in the shop and there's just no space down there. And it's warmer up here and quieter. Other than I got 3D printers running behind me, but I can deal with that. Laser I'm going to use today is the Atom Stack P9 M50. It's a nice portable little laser. Fits on this tabletop real nice. It does have a small working area, but we are doing a small project. So laser engraved slate coasters, very popular item. It's you can personalize these. You can put people's names on them. You can put events on them. There's all kinds of things you can do with them. What we're going to do here is somewhat of a personalized thing because I'm an old people right here. So I've got a novel little graphic here we're going to do. Get set up. I'll take you on the computer, show you how I do it. Got light burn open here. Of course, I'm using the Atom Stack P9 M50. Got that selected over here. I'm all connected. It shows it's ready here. I've drawn a toolpath in here. This is 4 inches square. Our actual engraving area on one of these slate coasters is more like 3.5 by 3.5. So I will size my image to that and I'll be able to center it in here. And this toolpath thing is completely optional. You don't need to do this if you don't want to. So I'm going to bring a graphic in here that I got from designbundles.net called Old People Having Fun. Caution. So there it is. Obviously that's too big. So we need to resize that. Put that down to 3.5. Make sure your little padlock is locked up there to keep everything in proportion. And now I want to center that. My workspace. And since I'm working from absolute coordinates, I want to center it on my layout grid. So right there we are. So now we got to make some decisions here on how we want this to look. I'm going to do offset fill. And for one pass. And for a 10-watt laser, you want 3,000 millimeters per minute at 60% power. You can also have your different layers preset. I vary things so much I don't keep too many presets in there. So now we can take a look here at how long this is going to take to engrave. It's 11 minutes and 51 seconds, and it's going to look like this. So let me get this set up on the laser. Okay, now that you have a graphic set up, or an example here, my Caution Old People Having Fun, that I'm going to engrave a complete set of, but not all at once. I'm going to do them one at a time. You can set a laser up and set a pattern up, and I'll do that in a future video, show you how to do that if you're doing things in production. So something I want to talk about with slate. Slate is a natural product. It's a mineral. It's not man-made, and they're not all going to be the same. By that I mean your work area here, it's going to have a rough, broken edge around, so you're going to have to look and be selective and make sure that the graphic you're using will be within that area. Also, this is not perfectly smooth. This is not ground or anything. This is, as I say, a raw mineral product. So the next thing you've got to watch, and you're going to have to be selective if you're setting up to run these in batches, is that you have all the same thickness, because thicknesses can vary. I don't know if you can see that here on these two. This one here is substantially thicker than this one. They all work the same. They all do the same thing. They'll all engrave the same, but you're going to have to change your focus. So if I were to have this one running on there, and then on the next one I run this one here, I'm going to have to check my focus. So there again, if you're going to run them in a batch and you have them set up to run a whole bunch of them at once, try to get everything as close as you can to being the same thickness. All right, these do have rubber feet on. No, you don't need to take the rubber feet off. You can leave those on there, they'll be just fine. So let me get one set up on the laser here and we'll get it started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is focus your laser, check the focus on it. And this one is thicker than the last one I did. So I will raise my laser head up here, slide my focus plate in, then tighten back down. Okay, we are focused, so good to go there. So the next thing I'm going to do is home my laser. This laser has limit switches on it, so I'll take it home, make sure it's where it belongs there. I'll take my coaster. I already have a mark on my layout grid here where this goes. And unlike a lot of my other layout grids, this grid is actually done in 1/2 inch squares. My other ones are done in 10mm squares. So what I want to do now, and I'm going to be working from absolute coordinates, so I'm working from the center of my board. That's why I have it laid out here in Lightburn, as you saw on the when we were on the computer. I still like to frame things first. So I'm going to run this up here. We'll frame this. Make sure we're going to be on the coaster and we're not going to have part of the graphic on any of the rough edges. So everything's looking good there. I do have, you can't see that, but I do have my laser set to fire the beam as it's framing so I can see where everything is. I'm checking this again because I've got a little bit of a rough edge in a place I want to try to cover up. So I'll just scooch that a little bit. If you set your framing rate slow like this, you can make adjustments as it's framing. Normally when you're working from absolute coordinates and you have a layout grid like this and everything's set in the center, you don't need to do this framing, but because I have these little edges here, like this one right here, I wanted to make sure I missed that. So now I will just hit start. And how long is this going to take? I'll look up here. It's going to take 11 minutes and 51 seconds. So here we are. Caution, old people having fun. So now I'm going to get another one set up on here. And here is where, again, we're going to have to check that focus. So I'll set another one over here. See how close it is. And this one is substantially thinner. So I need to lower my head a little bit. We'll get this set over in place. And I've got a little crooked edge here I want to make sure I miss. So again, I'm going to frame this. And I think we'll be good to go there. So I'm going to start another one here. And while that one's running, I'll show you how to grab a graphic off of the interwebs and make it your own. So what I'm going to be showing you here is something you can do for your own use. You can't be grabbing these graphics off of the web and then using them and selling them. You just can't do that. Oh, Google here, I put in for Harley logo for Harley Davidson. Go in here to images for Harley. And of course, there's things you could buy. Well, if we start looking down here, for example, this one right here, free clip arts. Take a little visit to that site, see if we can get that for free. Grab one here. and just download it. It's just that easy. Now I'll use that download to create my graphic for my coaster. Okay, we'll start with a new file here, new project. And I'll make my toolpath here. Just grab you a square, pick it kind of any size you want. You're going to unlock your padlock. The total area there on that coaster is 4 by 4. Unlock the padlock. Your little select arrow down here, make that T1. Now let's bring in our graphic. We just changed. It's called Harley. So there it is. I'm going to make a little modification of this. I'm going to slide it over here to the side. I'm going to go over here to Tools. Whoops, Tools. I'm going to trace that image. I'm going to grab that off the top. So there's my image we're going to work with. Change that layer there to my, that's it, fill. This here we're going to delete. So here we can take a look, see what that's going to look like. It'll look like that. But I'm going to personalize this a little bit further and add some text to it. I'll put a couple people's name in here. And font wise, I don't like that one. And the other name. Now let's see if I can get these fit in here where I want. That's too big. We'll have to make that smaller. It's not a problem. Go up here and change my height to 0.75. Yeah, still not quite going to fit in there. Let's go to 0.5. Let's move that a little bit. We'll have to resize this one here. We'll take that one down and we'll make it the same. Like this and move it up just a hair. So let's see what this is going to look like now. It'll look just like that. So I'll take this over to the laser now. We'll get this set up. Of course, I need to change my settings over here. That's at 3000. And 60% power. I almost forgot to do that in this one pass. Well, that'll make a difference on our time. Our grave time now is going to be 12 minutes and 10 seconds. So back to the laser here. Get another coaster under there. We'll check for focus, thickness, and all that kind of good stuff. And see, there's a lot of slop there. I have to lower the head here for this one. Let's say you need to check your focus for each coaster. If you're doing a batch, try to get them all to match. I took that down too far that time. All right, we'll get this set over in place. That's got a bad chip out of the corner, so I'm definitely going to want to frame this one. Make sure we miss that. One minor adjustment here to miss that chip. Hit start and let it go. So there's our personalized coaster right there. And I'm going to be making a whole set of these. There's how to do Slate coasters. It's not a difficult project. It's great for a beginner. You kind of get your feet wet in this, and they're not that expensive, especially if you buy them in a bulk box of like 36 or more. We buy in boxes of 144, but you probably don't want to start out with that many at once. But there again, you can do just a generic type thing if you go to shows or flea markets or craft shows or pop-up shows or whatever you want to call them. You can have these pre-made, good thing to sell. If you want to make some things personalized for someone, for example, put a couple names on there with a, don't necessarily use a copyrighted logo though. Use something else unless you're just going to give them as a gift. Don't try to sell things that are copyrighted. if somebody catches up with you, they'll be after you. Okay, I mentioned at the beginning what not to do, and that is, I made a mistake here. So you see, it's just a glob. I was doing a grayscale on this, and I'll get into in a future video on doing grayscale and doing actual images on Slate or anything else, and the different types of whether it be grayscale or Atkinson or Stuckey or Jarvis or whichever method you use. If you don't set it properly and have your image set up properly, you'll end up with something like that. So yeah, kind of stick with the line engrave and fill and offset fill until you get your feet wet and get experience with your laser and know what it can and can't do. And for these images like this, it's better to practice on something like some scrap wood or even cardboard. If you set your power down low enough, you can practice on cardboard. That's basically free. Well, hoping you got something out of this, and if you did, I always appreciate getting a thumbs up. It helps the channel. And of course, we're always looking for subscribers. Got to throw that in there, everybody else does. There will be links in the description onto where to get these Slate coasters, and I will put a link for a smaller batch in there, not the bulk batch that we buy. And I'll put a link in there for this Atom Stack laser. This isn't sponsored by any means. I own this. I've had this for quite a while. Atom Stack P9M50, and I'm sure they'd be more than happy to sell you one. It's if you're looking for a small format laser for small projects, takes up a small amount of room, this is excellent. It's like, as you can see here, it's on this little table, which is not even 4 feet wide. And I've got the laser and my laptop and the mouse and a bunch of other junk sitting on here, and beverage, making use of one of my coasters here. Been a long day. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.